Hi, this is Daniela Cambone. Welcome back to Stansberry Investor, our show on the road here in Las Vegas at the Stansberry Research Conference. And my guest today, he is back, Matt McCall. He's a presenter at the show. He's also a recent colleague of mine at Stansberry Research and the face behind the McCall Report. I was laughing when I you know why.
I know
why.
I know
Let's just start with it, and then we'll change topics. Okay. So last time we were on, gold came up as a topic, and you said and pronounced gold as dead, and we cannot tell you the amount of emails and hate mail you receive. So I'm giving you a chance. Do you want to address our wonderful gold community? Do you have anything to say?
I would like to address them. And what I'm going to say is, you better listen to me now. If you didn't listen to me the first time, I'm giving you a second chance. There's not many second chances in life. Gold is dead, folks. It is not an asset class anymore. And I know I'm going to get the emails and hate mails.
I was giving you a chance to redeem.
To me, I would rather, see, I'm not the kind of guy that's trying to get sales or to look good. I'm actually trying to help you. This is truly a therapy session for people that need to get off gold. They're addicted to gold. They're addicts. They need to get off it.
All right. Well, I tried.
It's good seeing you. I'll never see you again, right?
No, you know what? Yes, I come from the gold universe, the metaverse. But I am open to having a conversation. We can have, people are like, why didn't you go down that road and challenge him? Because I think that takes an hour.
We could sit it for hours, yeah.
But that aside, I want to talk about a headline that's trending. Senator Rand Paul coming out now saying he has thinking about cryptocurrency, and he could potentially see it become the reserve currency of the world, replacing the U.S. dollar. Thoughts on this?
Well, my thoughts are, let's go look back in history. Every empire is usually led with their currency was the world currency at that time. Usually they fall, or I should say, they always fall. The U.S., I hate to say it, being born in the U.S. citizen, I think we're on the downslope. And it's a lot of anti-government has to do with that. A lot of lazy young people have to do with that. And just the way things have changed. We're not as entrepreneurial anymore. Long story short, that's going to lead to our currency, the US dollar, not being the world's reserve currency anymore. But then you have to start looking at what's the alternatives. Because somebody has to step up. If you're on the top of the king of the mountain, somebody's got to knock you off. I don't really see much out there right now. The euro, definitely not. The euro might not be around in 10 years from now. Swiss franc, no. Japanese yen, no. Chinese yuan, not ready for that yet. So where does it come from, Danny? It comes from the cryptocurrency world. So if somebody knocks the U.S. dollar off their peak, it will be cryptocurrency.
Right, you're saying should it happen, you could only see it being a cryptocurrency. Yep. But would it be a Bitcoin or a basket of cryptocurrencies or something that's not even developed yet? I mean, what could it be?
I think it's something that's probably not developed yet. I mean, or that we don't know about. Maybe it's going on behind the scenes. Probably an alternative to Bitcoin. I don't think it will be Bitcoin personally. I love Bitcoin. I own a lot of it. But I think it's maybe Bitcoin 2.0, let's call it, whatever that might end up being. And as long as the central banks around the world and governments have no play in it, that's the only way it's going to work. You can't have, we're going to have a little bit of government intervention in whatever it might be. That's not real. That's not going to work. It's truly going to be independent.
And I want to pick your brain a little bit more about Bitcoin, because you're not a Bitcoin maximalist, correct? Nope. You own other coins.
Yes.
And there's this whole other debate on this saying, well, why it's like owning Amazon and AOL. Why would you own AOL? You would just be in Amazon. Why won't you just be in Bitcoin?
Well, because saying Amazon and AOL today makes sense because we can look back in history. It's hindsight that, Amazon ended up being the winner. We didn't know that back then. AOL was eating Amazon. I mean, they weren't direct competitors, but AOL was much bigger than Amazon back in the day. And you look at Bitcoin now, and again, majority of about half of my crypto exposure is in Bitcoin. The other half spread through a bunch of altcoins, smaller coins. I don't know if Bitcoin will continue to be number one if somebody else comes up along the way. It's diversification. That's like owning one stock and one stock only. Yeah, I like Apple. I love Tesla. But there's other companies out there that are great.
Right. So let's talk about that. How do you decide? I mean, can you share other cryptos you like? Because there's thousands to choose from. So people will ask, and we know we spoke about this. Is it Cardano? Is it HBAR? Is it Ethereum? I mean, what do you like? If you had to ask you top three.
Yeah. I mean, I'll share that. I own these. Full disclosure, I own these. I own some Ethereum, which is number 2. Cardano, which is number 3. I own some of that. I just bought some. I think right last time we spoke a few weeks ago, I bought some more of that. Decentraland, which is MANA, which is like virtual worlds. I own some of that. Some Atom, ATOM, some smaller coins out there as well. Some have exposure to NFTs. Some are basically building the backbone of the next iteration of blockchain. So even within those altcoins, I am diverse. Because again, I think they all can go up. I wouldn't buy them, but I don't know. What if I'm wrong, Danny? I'd rather spread that throughout.
Because you're always right.
Yeah,
your track record.
The track record's good, but because it's spread out though. I mean, there's losers in there, but seriously, I don't know which one's going to be winner. I think the cryptocurrency universe, which is around $2.6 trillion, will be worth over 10 trillion very soon. So why would I pick one? I'm going to play the trend.
I got you. So to that point,
yes.
If you're hedging, why wouldn't you hedge your Bitcoin position? I'm going to bring it back.
Yeah, I know.
To gold.
I just don't see a place for gold right now. For every positive factor or reason you would want to own gold, I will come back.
Preserve your wealth in gold.
As a store of value.
Yes.
I think Bitcoin's a great store of value due to supply and demand. Supply and demand, and the fact there's only ever going to be 21 million. There's already nearly 19 million out there. 4 million are lost. That's preservation of wealth right there because there's only so much.
Okay.
Granted, there's only so much gold in the ground, but we can still bring more out.
I got you. Okay, last point.
Yeah.
You just did your promo, which was a huge success. You gave one of your top stock picks on that show. As we're about to wrap up the year here, right, and people are looking at U.S. equities, just your general thoughts on how you think this year ends.
I think we end strong, and I think we actually are very strong next year as well. And I just gave a speech right now during lunch, and I talked about the microcap, the smaller stocks. They've been going sideways for the last 3 years, they've been lagging the big mega caps. Mega caps are up 120%, micros up 60%, so half of it. But since this year, 2021, they've begun sideways. And anybody knows technical analysis, which a lot of your gold people do, right? That is what you call a little coil there, getting ready to break out. I think the microcap stocks are going to blow the doors off. And there's just so much great innovation out there right now, Danny. There's been a lot of great speakers that we've listened to, and we're all starting to get on the same page. Somebody came up to me like, 3 years ago, Matt, you were here, and you talked about all these things. I thought you were crazy. He's like, but now the 3 speakers in front of you are talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's coming to fruition. A lot of these technologies are coming to fruition.
And a lot of the things we were hearing at this I had never heard of. I'm like, how are you guys even finding this out? I mean, where do you do your research? Stansberry Research, of course.
Boots on the ground. I went to Stansberry because they're giving me the ability to literally travel the world. In a week from yesterday, or 5 days, I think, I'm flying to Portugal. So maybe at a big conference there, interviewing all types of CEOs of up-and-coming tech companies. But I'm just traveling the world, looking boots on the ground. Very Peter Lynch. Use your eyes, open your eyes, invest in what you know.
Very, very cool. Yeah. Well, I'm having a great time working with you thus far. You can send all the emails to Matt McCall. I'm kidding. Thank you so much. You're good fun. You're good fun. And thank you for watching. We'll have more great coverage coming your way. StansberryInvestor.com. That's it for me. I'm Daniela Cambone.